Hello, Happy New Year! About 2 years ago, Himi Gouache had sent me their 112 split cup jelly gouache set. I'm trying my best not to procrastinate and give up on videos, but this year we're gonna change. So, without further ado, our 112 split cup jelly gouache paint set. It's quite big. I'm gonna talk about it and use it in this video. This is footage from when I first received the package about 2 years ago in my parents' house with the consistent lighting setup that I had. I continue this product review demo in my apartment studio. It's always at nighttime because, God forbid I do anything during the day. Ow. The snap lid enclosure is pretty nice. From the top side with the lids on, and I mean the sealed, it's hard to see what color anything is unless you look at it from the back. Or all poured out onto the table. So it's kind of nice because you can like take things out of the container and then just use what you want, but there's exactly what's 112 divided by that many spaces inside the packaging. So I really like the handle and it's super portable, which is nice. Though I would probably prefer a much smaller palette selection so that I'm not carrying all 112 colors with me. Also, I don't think I would use all the colors at once, especially for this demonstration because I don't want to dry out any of the paints that I'm not going to be using. I'll only select the colors that I want to use for this session, which will probably be like 9 cups at most. As for the actual pudding cups itself, or I keep calling them pudding cups, but the paint cups, the lids were pretty easy to remove most of the time. My wrist. Oh. I'm gonna be at this forever. You've got to be kidding me. I don't know if it was because they were sitting for 2 years, which is unlikely that the adhesive gets stronger over time, or who knows, or they're just like really extra sealed. And I also noticed that on each cup, there's a printed expiration date. These expire? I don't know what happens if you use it past its expiration date, but I'll let you know in a year. What the heck was even that? Okay. So after picking some colors, some brushes, and setting up my pan, we're pretty much ready to paint. Today's drawing subject will be a series of old sketches that I did 2 years ago. 2 years ago. I wanted to make these into stamp washi tapes. They look like this, but it's basically washi tape in the shape of postage stamps. I sketched everything ready to paint, and then I just never painted. I don't know what's wrong with me. I'll like set up to paint, and then I just won't do it. Today, we're gonna change that. We're gonna change. And what better opportunity than to try out the Himi Gouache paint. So since this is a series of old sketches that I planned, I figured it's a great restarting point so that I don't get too precious with my drawings. So I haven't painted anything traditionally in a really long time. If you guys remember my letters painting video, that was pretty much the last major painting that I did on that scale. My medium of choice is typically acrylic gouache or acrylic paints in general. I'm more familiar with the drying time of it so that I can edit and manipulate as needed. Regular gouache, or at least Himi Gouache, kind of falls into that category since it's just like a water-based paint. It can be reactivated with water. So, all that to say, there will be a slight adjustment period. I don't know. As I was painting, I kept treating these paints like acrylic paint, which led to disaster. Because I was having such a hard time, I switched up my strategy a little bit, and instead of just like going in really thick, I started with a thin wash of color, which I should have done from the beginning before layering with other colors. So this strategy was working pretty well. I managed to spend the next 2 days, yes, it took me 2 days to finish all these paintings. Overall, I think these paints have a really nice vibrancy to the colors. These can be applied thick and thin like most gouache paints. They're very easy to use, and I think they're very beginner friendly. The lid keeps the paints from drying out too quickly. So the lid has this really nice EVA padding to it. It doesn't keep it airtight, but it'll definitely keep it from getting dry quickly. So right now the 9 cups, so that's 2, 4, 6, 8, 16 colors plus 2 whites. They're still very wet, like as if I had just opened the packaging. So that's kind of nice. I do see, because I would assume because it was sitting for a while. 2 years ago, it's starting to separate from its binder. So giving it a good stir wouldn't hurt. Since it's water-based, so let's say it does get a little dry and crusty on top, I don't see why you wouldn't be able to mist it with either water or their proprietary misting spray to reactivate your paints. Anyway, spraying them with a bit of moisture should revive them for painting again. When you leave gouache paints for a long time in a palette, it's not like super airtight. Like if you leave it for months, maybe a year, it could get hardened very hard to where it's like a solid piece. To get it back to like this really thick paint consistency, I don't know. If you know, write it down in the comments. Where can you get this stuff? You can buy this on Amazon. I noticed that they have a bunch of listings for a variety of their Himi gouache paint sets on Amazon, ranging from like 112 colors to like 12, I believe. While these paints are available on Amazon, I did see them available at my local Blix. So you should be able to pick them up locally if you're near any one of their retail locations. Okay, I have one really big critique about purchasing this paint. And this is just about purchasing the paint, not about the usage of it. So big disclaimer, the difficulty in finding retailers or the lack of online listings for refills or specific color refills. I don't know if it's because my internet searching skills are really bad, but if I can't find the refills easily, then I probably won't want to buy them. The most I could find, or that were easy to find, are refills for white, primary blue, black, and maybe like some other primary colors. There weren't very many colors available for the refill purchases, and it's for the full cup size rather than the split cup size. I can see that the split cups are more like kind of like a demo to like the color at hand, which is why it's like so inexpensive to purchase a whole set. You know, finding a full-size refill or just like the split cup refill is gonna be pretty tricky. I think your best bet would probably be buying another set that has this color in order to get another one of this color. They even sell like a small travel box that can hold 12 jelly cups. And it's just the box. You fill it with the colors that you want. So for example, you have like 112 colors here. You buy like the 12 color carrying box, and then you put the colors from here to there, which is fine. But you know, what if I just wanted to purchase 12 different colors of my choice that isn't confined to a set? Do you know what I mean? Like, do you know what I'm getting at? In any case, I don't think this critique is a deal breaker for me. I think the paints are pretty great, and I think it's a really good deal. They're reasonably priced, considering how expensive gouache paints can be. Even acrylic gouache or like any like fine paints are pretty expensive. The packaging can use a little bit of work. I don't know if it's just because I'm weak, but I had a really hard time like opening these up. Closing thoughts. Except for this one, I think all my paintings came out pretty great. I will scan it and put it here. And I'm quite happy with the results of these paints. I really like the way that they painted. I like the way that they mix with each other. The consistency is really great. And like I had mentioned, the vibrancy of the colors are actually pretty great too. So I would say overall, this is a great product. A great introductory product especially. I would say if you could pick up all 112 colors, definitely go for it. Or if you're interested in any other smaller sets, that's the paints. Not sponsored really, or kind of. They sent it to me, but then like, that was it. Kind of sponsored? Oh, I don't know. They kind of just sent it to me asking me what I thought. So here are my thoughts. Maybe get some gouache paint. Okay, bye. If you liked this video and you want to see more from me, consider subscribing to my channel and leaving a comment, liking it, I don't know. You know. Okay, bye. Thank you so much, and I'll see you later.